In a peaceful little village, surrounded by green fields and golden sunlight, lived a girl named Emily Parker. Emily was a gentle soul with sparkling eyes and a warm smile. Everyone in the village admired her because she was always willing to help, no matter how small or big the task. But behind her laughter, Emily carried a pain that no one truly saw. When Emily was only 9 years old, her beloved mother fell gravely ill. Despite every prayer and effort, her mother passed away, leaving Emily and her father alone. Emily's father, Mr. Daniel Parker, was a kind man but also a busy one. He worked long hours to provide for his daughter, and though he loved her deeply, he often felt that Emily needed a woman's guidance and care. Months later, Daniel remarried. His new wife was Catherine Miller, a woman who appeared graceful, polite, and kind in public. She had 2 daughters from her previous marriage, Sophia and Clara. When the marriage was announced, the villagers smiled and thought, "At last, Emily will have a mother again." But things were never as they seemed. At first, Catherine pretended to be loving. She would pat Emily's head in front of Daniel and say sweet words like, "Oh, Emily, you're such a precious little girl." But when Daniel left for work, Catherine's sweetness vanished. Her eyes grew sharp, her voice turned harsh, and her heart revealed its true nature. On the very first morning after the wedding, Catherine handed Emily a broom and ordered, "From now on, you will wake up before sunrise. You will sweep every corner of this house. My daughters need their rest, but you have work to do." Emily was shocked but obeyed quietly. Days turned into weeks, and Emily's life became a cycle of endless chores. She scrubbed the floors until her tiny hands ached, washed dishes until her back hurt, and cooked meals she was rarely allowed to enjoy. Whenever she made even the smallest mistake, Catherine would snap, "You useless child. Can't you do anything right?" Her stepsisters, Sophia and Clara, mocked her constantly. They wore beautiful dresses, played outside with friends, and ate the best portions of food, while Emily was left with old clothes and leftovers. At night, Emily would sit by her small window, staring at the stars. She whispered softly, "Mother, I miss you so much. I wish you were here. I feel so alone." Despite the cruelty, Emily never let her heart grow bitter. When her father came home, she greeted him with smiles, hiding her pain. She didn't want to worry him. She thought to herself, "Father works so hard. I must not trouble him with my tears." But fate always finds a way to reveal the truth. One chilly evening in winter, Mr. Parker returned home earlier than usual. As he walked quietly into the house, he heard Catherine's angry voice echoing through the kitchen. "You clumsy fool. Look at the floor. Still dirty. Do it again, and this time, do it properly." Emily was on her knees, scrubbing the cold tiles with trembling hands. Tears rolled down her cheeks, but she didn't dare speak. Mr. Parker froze in shock. His heart sank as he realized what was happening behind his back. He stepped forward and said firmly, "Catherine, what is the meaning of this?" Catherine's face turned pale, but she quickly tried to cover up. "Oh, darling, she's just being dramatic. I was only teaching her responsibility." But Daniel's eyes turned to Emily. He saw the red marks on her hands, the exhaustion on her face, and the fear in her eyes. In that moment, the truth became clear. Emily tried to speak, but her voice broke into sobs. She whispered, "Father, I'm sorry. I tried to be good. I really did." Daniel knelt beside his daughter and hugged her tightly. His heart ached with guilt. He realized he had been blind, trusting Catherine's mask of sweetness while his daughter suffered in silence. That night, he sat Emily down and promised her, "My little girl, I failed to protect you, but I swear, from this day forward, you will never suffer again." The next morning, Daniel confronted Catherine. His voice was steady, and his decision was final. "This house will no longer tolerate cruelty. If you cannot treat Emily as your own, then you have no place here." Catherine's mask shattered completely. She tried to argue, but Daniel was firm. The villagers soon learned of her true nature, and her reputation was destroyed. Sophia and Clara, who had once laughed at Emily, now faced the consequences of their mother's actions. For the first time in years, Emily felt free. She no longer woke up with fear. She laughed, she played, and she dreamed again. The light in her eyes returned, and her heart, though scarred, grew stronger. As time passed, Emily blossomed into a young woman admired by everyone. Her story became a lesson in the village. People would often say, "Cruelty may seem powerful for a while, but kindness, patience, and truth always shine brighter." Emily's painful past didn't harden her. Instead, it taught her the value of compassion. She grew into someone who never judged, never hated, and always forgave. One evening, as she stood by the same window where she had once cried, she whispered to the stars, "Mother, I kept my heart kind, just like you taught me." And in her heart, she knew that was her greatest victory.